Hello, I'm Dr. Andrew Neville. I specialize in treating adrenal fatigue and related chronic illness. And in a previous video, I was talking about why adrenal fatigue isn't just adrenal fatigue. And in this video, I want to talk about why you should care. And the why you should care is because when your body is in an active stress response, it's wonderful and life-saving if you do it once in a while. But over time, perpetually, it's a problem, and there is tremendous wear and tear in the body. So if our physiology is on this seesaw, which it is, if we're shifted into fight or flight, we're dumping extra stress hormone. That stress hormone floats, it's in the blood, right? So the blood goes everywhere in the body. So these hormones go everywhere in the body, and the metabolism or the breakdown products of that are free radicals. And what that contributes to is what we call oxidative stress. Oxidative stress. Free radicals are like little, if you remember an old pinball machine, little pinballs kind of bouncing around everywhere, pinging and damaging cells and tissues all over throughout the body. Do that once in a while, it's not a big deal because you're in fight or flight, you can deal with whatever the stressor is, and then you shift out and your body heals and repairs. But do it over time and you exhaust your system and even shut down the system supposed to be healing those things. There's a very predictable set of symptoms that will come about in that situation. And even in conventional research, when you look at these symptoms, you'll find kind of at the very bottom, oh yeah, by the way, chronic stress can cause this. They don't really know what to do about that, so they just end up putting Band-Aids over the symptoms, but it's there, absolutely. What you will see are fatigue, pain, weight, that could be up or down, insomnia, brain fog, anxiety, depression, blood sugar problems, blood pressure problems. Now, those are usually low in the beginning, but over time, they can eventually go up. Each one of those symptoms has, at a causal level, excess stress hormone. And you can check it. You can look in the literature. This is absolutely known. It's just that for some reason, conventional medicine doesn't focus on the cause of the problem, which is the chronic stress, that we're just putting Band-Aids over the symptoms. Okay, here, take this anti-anxiety medication. Take this thing to help you to sleep. Take this antidepressant, or take this for your sugar. Well, you might not see that symptom anymore because you covered it up, but you haven't fixed this physiology, which is still causing the damage. What that means is you haven't just put a Band-Aid over something, you've just put a piece of tape over the check engine light in your car. So quite obviously you have not fixed the problem, and that problem is going to get worse over time. To make matters more confusing, not only can people come in with a handful or sometimes all of those symptoms, you can also have symptoms on the other side, the suppressed side of physiology. There are 4 main organs we suppress when we're in fight or flight: immune, digestive, reproductive, thyroid. Now, this is life-saving. We all do this very efficiently. If we didn't, we wouldn't be here, truly. When we get, like a tiger jumps out at us, right? You want to suppress your immune system. You don't want to waste time fighting some chronic infection or healing some inflammatory process. Save your energy on that, deal with the tiger, then we'll turn the immune system back on, and then we'll fix everything. Same thing with the gut. Right? Shut down the digestion. Don't waste energy of digesting and absorbing and assimilating nutrients. Don't stop and have a bowel movement now. You'll be dead. Deal with the tiger first, then we'll turn that stuff back on. Reproductive hormones, same way. I don't really care about your periods. I don't care about strength of erections. Your libido, now's not the time to think about procreating because you both be dead if you're running from a tiger, right? So shut all that stuff down. We do this efficiently. And this is very predictable. We know this. This is conventional physiology. Now, the same thing also happens with the thyroid. That one was a little more confusing for me. And I've done a video. You can click on the link, should be in the comments below, about the thyroid connection with the adrenals. But the same thing happens with the thyroid. So if you suppress the thyroid, now everything slows down. Now, there's other things that get suppressed. Mitochondrial issues, detoxification processes. These are all maintenance stuff, not so important when your body thinks it's running from a tiger, right? But now you got to go to specialists, right? Now, not only can you not figure out what these are, now you got to go to your gastroenterologist, your immunologist, your rheumatologist, your cardiologist. Eventually, you end up at your psychiatrist and they tell you it's all in your head. Well, it's not all in your head. Although partially it is because the limbic system's in your head, but not psychologically, right? This is part of the problem, even with anxiety and depression on this side, is that yes, my patients have anxiety and depression, but there are reasons for that. This upregulated limbic system, and because of stress over time, just keeps us stuck there perpetually. When you rewire that and shift that and change that, which you absolutely can do over time, then the anxiety goes away. The depression lifts over time, right? So we think of these things as purely a psychological diagnosis, and there's connections there, of course. And psychologically or behaviorally, we can certainly make this problem worse, but this is not purely a psychological problem. This is not all in your head, in your mind. It can be fixed. It can be fixed over time, but you've got to fix the underlying problem. The fact that because of chronic stress over time, whether we did it to ourselves, which sometimes we do, I did, or things were done to us, which also plays a role for sure, no matter what, right now, you've got a system that's stuck. This fulcrum is spring-loaded towards fight or flight now, and it's rusted there. We got to grease that thing. That's easier said than done, for sure. But if you hit this from a holistic angle and treat it in a multifactorial way, right? Not just take a little ginseng, a little vitamin C, but hit this from any direction we can, you can absolutely rewire this system, shift the body's physiology, turn on your body's ability to heal and repair itself. That's when you can get ahead of this. That's when you have a chance to not be chasing after these symptoms all the time, not be chasing after these secondary dysfunctions for the rest of your life. That's what we have to do, and you can do it. So if you like any more information, obviously just click one of the links down below. Hopefully this helps kind of broaden your view of what you're dealing with. All my best.